Easy Dragonfly Pendant Kits.
Hi guys, Lauren here at Jane's Jewelry Supplies, and today I'm going to be showing you how to solder these dragonfly pendants. We're going to make some kits. They will be available on our website as well as in crystal and a few other colors. Got all of our soldering supplies, so let's get started.
So this is a close-up of what your finished design is going to look like in the aqua and green shades. So we've already got our stones set in their settings. We've got 4 35 by 10 navettes, one 14mm rivoli, two 10mm rivolis, one 8mm rivoli, and 5 to 6 6mm rivolis, and I also am using a 10mm silver-plated jump ring today. So next we are going to be rolling out our Play-Doh or craft dough. You don't have to use Play-Doh. It can be any kind of craft dough from any craft store that you can find. We're going to use this and roll it out as evenly as possible because it's going to help keep our settings in place as well as create an even design. So we're just going to roll this out as evenly as possible. Okay, so now that we have all of our Play-Doh rolled out, we're going to start creating our design. You're going to want to lay out all of your stones and everything the way that you want them, but you're going to want to start with like a middle or a focal piece. I'm starting with the 14mm Rivoli. Since it is in the middle, I'm going to build my design around it. And I like to go ahead and make sure that your wings are where they want to be since they are such a large part of your design. And then just lay out all of your pieces as well as the tail at the bottom. You can make it curve to the left or the right. It can go straight down, however you would like to do it. So once you've gotten your wings in place, you're going to come in with your two 10mm rivolis. One is going to go on top of the 14mm rivoli for the head, and the other is going to go beneath the 14mm to create the abdomen of the dragonfly. Next, you will take your 8mm rivoli and add that, and you're going to start creating your tail. It can again go left, right, straight down the middle, however you would like your design to appear. So after you've added the 8mm, you're going to start adding your 6mm. You're going to take those all the way down, and then we will be ready to solder. The 6mm stones are very small and can be a little tricky. If you would like to use pliers to place your settings in place, that would be fine. It was a little tricky to get these the first time. Okay, so we've got all of our stones in place and we're ready to solder. Today we're using a heat gun along with low melt solder. It melts at 300 degrees. And I usually cut a little bit off the spool and just wrap it around my fingers and let it go as it melts. So I like to start heating from the middle first and getting the wings soldered to the middle of the piece and working my way out. You also want to be sure that your wings are going to be secure and strong, so I add a little solder in between the prongs of the two wings on each side. Okay, so our wings are finished and we're just going to start working our way down the rest of the body and the tail. You're just going to want to heat those up and add a little solder in between each setting. Don't be alarmed if your Play-Doh starts to bubble up or look a little scorched. It won't actually catch fire or melt. So we've soldered most of our main design, and now what I'm going to do is add a jump ring to the top to turn this into a pendant. I've got a 10mm silver plated jump ring that I'm going to be using. You can add this where the open ring is exposed. Sometimes I like to solder it closed. And instead of using a third hand today, I'm just going to be taking a small ball of Play-Doh and placing it up above the head of the piece. And I'm going to flatten it to where it's even with the head and then just lay the jump ring on and solder it. You could also solder a brooch pin to the back of this and turn it into a brooch. So we are finished. I let the piece cool off for about 30 minutes before I lifted it out of the Play-Doh and cleaned it off with some mild dish soap. Sometimes you may need to get a soft toothbrush in there to get some of the Play-Doh out of the prongs. This is your finished design. I had also soldered one in shades of pink and fuchsia. Those will be available on the website as well. Thank you for watching. If you'll like our video and subscribe to our channel for more videos in the future.